Welcome back, folks, to another episode of MLM From Ruined to Refreshed. And what we've got on the bench this time is a Lesney number 29 Bedford Milk Float made in England. So I'm hoping this is going to be a quick build. So let's crack on. Well, the first thing we do is to take the post head off. Like so. No interior glass on this one, just a plain shell. And we'll place the drill bits while we're at it. And we'll do our post hole. There we go, that should be plenty deep enough. We only want a small bolt in this one. Tap the post hole. And that should be plenty deep enough. So we'll take a screw or a bolt. And this is an M2. There we go, that's that done. And then we need to take off these crimped ends on the axle. So we'll do that on the Dremel. And there we go. So disassembled, axles and wheels separated. We'll be replacing these with some new ones because they're only crimped ends, so it's probably the most simple model you can try and do. We'll get these into caustic soda next then. So I'll catch you in a few. Cheers. So welcome back to the lab, folks, and here we are with our caustic soda jar and our little Bedford van. So let's drop that into the caustic soda jar, cover it with some boiling water, and add our caustic soda. So we'll give that about half an hour and we'll come back, check it out, and I'll meet you back at the bench. So catch you in a few. Cheers. So welcome back to the bench, folks, and we've got our parts back from the caustic soda jar and pretty much complete, to be fair, so happy with that. So let's get to doing a bit of polishing. So we've just done the tops for now, really, and I need to swap the Dremel accessory for a tighter wire brush so that I can do the insides. So I'll get them done off screen, and then yeah, we're going along at a pace here, so we'll be in the workshop doing priming and top coating next. So catch you in a few. Cheers. Okay, so now we need to look at the axles. What I'm using are some pop rivets, and they're just slightly, ever so slightly, too big for the wheels. So I've got a drill bit of the same size as the pot rivet, and I'm going to just re-drill the holes in the wheels. Nice and gently. And you can you can see that these are the steel wheels by the shavings that are coming off. And there we go. And that now fits absolutely spot on. So we'll get these other two done. Yep, happy with that. And finally, the fourth wheel. And there we go. Brand new axles. Got to be happy with that. So when it comes to putting the axles back onto the chassis, we're just going to have to drill out the axle mount to a slightly bigger size. Yep, got that. Now it's not a playing about room here, so you've got to be really careful. Take it nice and steady. I'll take one wheel off. And there we go. Gotta be happy with that. The front axle looks like it's going to fit through fine anyway, so don't have to do any further drilling there. And that's how we do the axles. Just got to take your time with it, really. Bit of patience. Slow and steady. Put that one back on. That one back on. Hold them in place. And there we go. And before we screw the base back onto the body, we'll crimp the ends while the body and the chassis are separated. But they look okay. And she's a runner. Okay, catch you soon. Cheers. So welcome back folks, and here we are with our Bedford number 29 Milk Float van, and yeah, it's changed colour. Initially I did it with a antique gold and it didn't look right, to be fair, so I've resprayed it and we've ended up using Ford Sierra Beige double acrylic from iCoat, and it looks a bit more like the original. So what I've got left to do is to highlight the headlights and the grille. There's no lights on the back. There's a couple of indicator lights, so we might just put a bit of orange on them, and then we'll have a look, see what it looks like on the display stand. So I've put it back together. It was pretty simple routine stuff, to be honest. As I say, one screw in there. We've crimped the axles back on, so it's got new axles. So you just put the pin through and just crimp the end with a pair of pliers to make it flat. Nothing special about these ones. It's an ideal model for a starter, to be fair, if you want to take this hobby up. It's a nice little model. So we'll get the highlights done and we'll get it ready for the end reveal. So I'll catch you in a few. Cheers. So here we go folks with our Bedford number 29 Lesney Milk Float. Fairly simple one this, not many parts to it, but we've stripped it, painted it twice actually. The gold didn't suit it, and I certainly think the Sierra Beige looks a lot better. We've also replaced the axles with 2 pot rivets and crimped the ends, and highlighted the grille with some silver paint and bumper, and added some highlights on the indicators. Ideal little model this one is if you want to start the hobby. So I'd like to thank everybody who's following the channel for their support. Come and join us at Midlife Models on Facebook, on the community page, where we've been joined by lots of other builders who are kind enough to advertise their channels and latest builds. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. So from me, PJ, cheers.